Welcome in the chemistry laboratory. Today we will discuss about one of the important basic radical test, that is actually a test of second group called cupric test, the copper plus 2. And for that we have a different materials here. One by one I will introduce you. This is a salt of copper that having a copper sulfate. You can see the copper. This is called ammonia solution that will be used during the confirmatory test of the cupric ions. This is nitric acid that will be used to dissolve the precipitates formed by the gas passing through the H2S. This is called Gibbs apparatus, in which we actually added ferric sulfide and sulfuric acid, due to which there is a H2S gas prepared in this Gibbs apparatus, and by the nozzle we will pass the H2S gas through the given solution, the desired solution. And one more thing here, this is called potassium ferrocyanide for the confirmatory test. So we will perform three experiments actually. The one experiment for the presence of the detection of the presence of second group. The other experiments for the confirmatory, for that we have a potassium ferrocyanide and the ammonia solution that will confirm the presence of the cupric ions. Now we will just take a test tube with a holder and will add some copper sulfate solution, the copper sulfate salt, and will make a original solution. For original solution we will just add water, because copper sulfate salt is actually water soluble salt. And now we'll make a salt solution of the copper sulfate. For that we'll use a wash bottle. You can see after shaking it will be a clear copper sulfate salt solution, that is actually original solution for the given experiment. You can see here copper sulfate is a highly water soluble, but due to the lower temperature it will be just take some time for this dissolve. You can see almost salt is dissolved. Now we'll clear it by taking only the dissolved materials. Now this is a copper sulfate salt solution, original solution, and you can see this copper sulfate. Actually students, this is the second group test, and before second group we have to be confirmed there is an absence of first group. The first group actually only absent when there is addition of HCl. There is a addition of HCl. Wait, I'm just searching for HCl actually. See, if the addition of HCl, there will be, if the white precipitate will get, this actually indicate the presence of first group. If any salt solution, original solution, after addition of HCl, if you will get a white precipitate at room temperature, that will just confirm the presence of first group. But if the white precipitate does not form, it will indicate the absence of first group. Now you can see after addition of HCl, we will get nothing. We will get nothing, no precipitate form, indicating the absence of first group, that is exactly the presence of copper actually. You can see I am adding some more HCl. Now if the first group is absent, then with the same original solution with HCl we will just warm the solution, while somewhat we will warm the solution, or after warming, after heating will pass, you can see will pass the H2S gas through the Gibbs apparatus, because the second group only can be detected when original solution diluted by dilute HCl and passing H2S gas will give you a black precipitate. The black precipitate will confirm the presence of second group in the given salt solution. Now I am heating, and after heating will pass the original solution through this H2S gas. Now you can see the nozzle point. I am just going to pass the H2S gas through it. Now you can see after passing, now we will get some white precipitate. You can see the white precipitate now. You can see the white precipitate. See, after passing H2S gas, we will get a white precipitate. See, white precipitate here. Black precipitate, sorry. Black precipitate. After getting black precipitate, this is actually indicating the presence of second group. The black precipitate formed due to the presence of the copper sulfide, and after getting this precipitate, actually will filter this precipitate with the help of filter paper. With the help of filter paper, and filter paper that will just filter the black precipitate. For that, we'll use the funnel, and for that, first we'll make. For that, we'll make a 4-fold of this filter paper and we'll make like a funnel, and we'll set this filter paper in the funnel and we'll filter the black precipitate formed by passing the H2S gas. By passing the H2S gas, you can see I'm just filtering the black precipitate. You can see black precipitate filtered here. Now the black precipitate of the second group, that is actually having a copper, you can see the black precipitate here in the filter paper. That black precipitate is actually will dissolve in the nitric acid, the 50% nitric acid. The 50% nitric acid here, the 50% nitric acid will dissolve the black precipitate on warming. So in the next second test tube, in the second test tube, we will just dissolve the black precipitate by addition of nitric acid. This black precipitate will dissolve by the nitric acid. I am just adding nitric acid through which the black precipitate will dissolve. You can see now this nitric acid will contain some black precipitate, and after warming, this black precipitate will be dissolved, because the hot nitric acid combined with the cupric sulfide, the black precipitate, that will form a cupric nitrate, the copper nitrate, that is actually water soluble. So after heating, this black precipitate will dissolve. You can see here, I am just heating the black precipitate in the nitric acid, that will just dissolve on heating. Now you can see the black precipitate dissolve in the nitric acid. Now we will get a clear solution indicating the formation of copper nitrate, because copper nitrate is water soluble. Now there is no role of this burner, so I am going to off this burner. After getting this a clear solution of copper nitrate, will just divide into the two different portions. This copper nitrate solution will divide into two portions for the conformity test, for the further test. Okay. Now we will divide this solution into two parts. This is the now two part. In one part, I am just keeping one part here. In the next part, we will add the conformity test. For conformity test, we will add the potassium ferrocyanide, and let's see what will be the observation. After addition of potassium ferrocyanide. Let's see what will be the observation. You can see there is a formation of some chocolatey brown precipitates are brown colored. This is due to the formation of copper ferrocyanide. Copper ferrocyanide, the one of the complex compound, the coordinate compound that will just give a chocolatey brown precipitate and confirm the presence of cupric from the second group. This is the one confirmatory test I am keeping separately. And for the second one, for the second portion, we will add ammonia solution. We will add ammonia solution. You can see the second portion. Ammonia solution means ammonium hydroxide. And ammonium hydroxide, let's see what will be the observation for that. It is a highly volatile actually liquid, and ammonia continuously released after opening of the bottle. You can see there will be formation of blue color actually after addition of ammonia solution. There will be formation of blue color. You can see the color change. You can see the color change. There is a formation of blue color due to the addition of ammonia solution. I will add some more quantity to get a dark blue. It is a pungent gas that will just, you can see the color. Now we will get a dark blue color due to the addition of ammonia gas, ammonia solution. So students, these two will confirm the presence of cupric from the second group. After addition of ammonia, we will get a complex compound of copper and ammonia, and copper and ferrocyanides. Both are the confirmatory test, and that was the H2S gas passing through which we just get the black precipitate. This is all about the second group test, and we will meet in the next practical after a while. Okay? You will have to be note down these practicals in your laboratory in your lab manuals. Okay? Find out.